put up the names tonight. Okay, so if you see someone, you can let me know. So, yeah, it's everything not to pull it apart right now while we're sitting here. I still don't know how I did that.
Hey, Faye.
Oh, I don't see her yet. Oh, there she is. Hi, Faye. So, well, no one's up yet, Faye. Look, this is the kitty shirt. It says, I love my humans, and I sewed the arm on inside out. Hi, Margaret. You made it tonight. I see, which is good. And happy anniversary. Well, it's got to be someone's anniversary tonight, but I am going to say happy birthday to Marisa. This is Sandra Brown's daughter, and it's her birthday today. Yeah, I think it's her daughter. And also, happy birthday to my ex brother in law, Elmo. He was a sweetheart, and you never know. He might watch the program one day and he'll know I still think about him. So, and yeah, isn't it cute? She has to wear shirts all the time because of her skin allergy. Or she'd
Well,
be no
hello,
more kitty.
Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. So, and I can say that tonight because look, needle and thread, haha.
I was at my doctor's appointment a couple weeks ago, and 2 times in a row he started the sentence with "well," and the second time he did, I wasn't even thinking, and I said, "And wells are deep, and people drown in them every day." And he just looked at me. I said, a saying of my grandmother's that you shouldn't start every sentence with "well."
Well, it's a deep subject. Really.
Hi, Kathy.
Hello, Kathy.
Tracy, I like your profile picture.
I can't see tonight.
Well, see, that's why I wear glasses, right? That are layered. So they can look at you and read at the same time.
Everyone's blurred. Okay, let us get this show on the road. I tonight am using again the Crow deck and Divine Doors. Now, for those of you who don't know the story behind these Divine Doors, let me show it. I was on Amazon and I saw the picture of them, and it looked like the box was this big on Amazon. I want you to note the difference. So I thought they came with a book. I thought, nice size cards. And they're these little tiny ones. And behind every door, there is a message. So I'm going to use both tonight.
Can I take the door third from the right?
Oh, too late. I already shuffled it.
Well, I'm going to use Mystic Cat Tarot, and this is in honor and sympathy of D'Arcy's poor cat. And if I were a cat, I would kill her in her sleep. I would wait until she fell asleep.
No, she waits and she comes in and she snuggles up, lays on my bad leg, and I can't move. It's a lot of fun.
Kathy, you be careful of those tornadoes. I'm sure you've got a safety kit and everything set aside. And
yeah,
I mean, we had one many over 20 years ago in the city of Edmonton, maybe 25 years ago, more than that, probably over 30 years ago. And there isn't anyone that doesn't have an emergency kit to this day, because it was a lesson everyone kept in mind. And we've convinced all our children and our great-grandchildren and everything else that they need it.
Yep, I got a pet safety kit. Don't have a human one, but I got a pet safety kit. And an extra bag of food, because as the vet pointed out to us one time, if there was ever a tsunami or an earthquake, how are we going to feed the cats? And that is my top priority. Cats over humans. Sorry.
Cats will eat the mice and the rats that will be spit up from the center of the earth.
My cats wouldn't know what to do with them, so they've never seen one. And if they have, they've been gracious enough not to leave them for me to see.
I'm not sure how living on the ground floor, I haven't had a mouse, but then I have several cats. But when my son lived next door, he was at a game, and this was this is about the year before he married Audrey, a year or so before he married her. And I hear this hysterical, shrilly sound from down the hallway. They were about 30 feet away from me. And I thought, oh, it's so good to hear the kids laughing, except the shrilling started to get higher. And I look out the door and think, oh, Courtney's truck isn't there. So I go down the hallway thinking, like, who in the hell is there screaming and shrilling? I open the apartment door and my daughter-in-law is in the middle of the living room floor on a chair, screaming at the top of her lungs. And in their cat's mouth, that was their ginger cat, Duke, was a dead mouse.
Okay.
She goes, what did you think I was doing for 5 minutes? They said, well, I thought you were laughing at something. And so we get rid of the mouse. I get rid of the mouse. And as I'm leaving, I said, well, maybe you should check underneath the furniture because mice have a habit of being in pairs. And she freaked out and was on the table next.
You know, I always wondered why people jumped up when and did that when they saw mice. But actually, we do have, okay. But I found out that it actually does happen. It happened to me, but okay, it was a rat. Okay, so we should get started.
Yes.
Ladies,
Hello.
Amanda, Jeanette, and Jalen.
Oh, and here we've got one of those
Ashley's
tools.
already on it. My
Hi there, guys.
help is already working. Okay. First was Faye. And now I have an itchy nose, so I really need someone to come over here so I can kiss them. You know the expression, itchy nose, have a fight, or kiss a fool.
I've only ever heard kiss a fool.
Oh, yeah. Itchy nose, kiss a fool. It stops you from having a fight all day. Oh, maybe I should just kiss myself. Okay. You go ahead. I'm still sorting out my cards.
She's as organized as I am, I see. Okay, Faye first, right? Hey, cousin. I know this looks kind of ominous. Cat tangled in brush with bats above. But speaking of food for cats, this what the Eight of Sky talks about is things are nowhere near as serious as they appear. And you know that whole thing about, we were talking about mice and jumping on tables? This is kind of what that card is about. It's about, no matter how difficult something looks or how overwhelmed you might be, take pause and don't panic, and you'll find your way out of a tight situation. And don't also let small annoyances like difficulty, what's the word I'm looking for? Writer's block. Stop you from continuing on. If you're stuck while you're writing, Faye, just take a deep breath. You know, I would go out and break dishes, but that's me. It relieves frustration, and that's why God invented secondhand stores.
Okay.
So take it easy.
Well, Faye, I picked 2 cards for you, the Tower. And the first thing I thought of was London Bridge is falling down. Now, there is that movie out there with Gerald Butler, London is Falling, I think. And
yes.
It's a little rough, but, you know, it is fun to watch him. So maybe a good movie, a night in. Make sure the shingles on your roof are down, batten the hatches sort of idea. I know you're not in a storm place, but you never know what can happen. And the other thing is new ideas and new beginnings. Now, and there's also a message. London Bridge is falling down is also the nursery rhyme where you go around in a circle. So you maybe have some little people come visit you. And it's always a great game. You know, they can fall down and they're legitimately, if they get hurt, it's because they were playing a game. So that's this one. And the second one is the blue door. So look at that. I love that color of blue. And I like the brass, the knocker on it and everything, and the handle. It says Secret Sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. Easter's coming up. So maybe that's a message about maybe you're having little people over for Easter and that you're going to get to hide candy everywhere for them, and you can leave little messages so whoever finds them knows the secret of love. Okay? All right. So next is Margaret. Hello, Margaret. You can go ahead.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Margaret, I chose for you the floating cat. And the floating cat is about letting go. I just love this card. It's about letting go of any preconceived ideas you have about what is possible. You know, people who want to open their eyes to magic and wonder, sometimes they have this preconceived idea of what it is. And so their mind is in a set path, a set block. And this particular card, the floating cat, says be willing to let go of those ideas. And if you know, I'm not sure if you could see them, but those are pretty, whoops, there we go. Is that right? Those
Yep.
are morning glories. And what morning glories symbolize is the opening of our mind, the ability. I never know if that means the card message for you or not.
No, it's talking to someone.
The morning glories symbolizes, like you said, the opening of the mind to be able to see the world with amazement, which I know is difficult at this time, but the universe is sort of hinting that you need to tap into your gifts and look at the world with wonder and amazement to help you through any rough times you're having.
Yep. So Margaret, I gained 2 cards. And the first one is the Seven of Wands. This is a new opportunity around employment, and it's going to open new doors for you. It's probably more towards July than right now. And they're just saying, be prepared. You're not falling on the sword, you're falling into a new job. And it feels as though, Margaret, that this is about time. It's something you've been working towards, and you're really going to enjoy it. Okay. Now, the other card is the nice, rich red
Oh,
door,
nice.
and it's called Destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. So, to me, that's about the opportunity for employment, too. Now, a lot of these cards will say pass on the card. So, I'm just going to say pass on the concept of destiny to another person who really could use that that encouragement, that just because things don't seem to be going the way they want it, that destiny will take its course.
Good advice. I picked for you the sea kitten.
Who are
And
you?
oh, wait, wrong one. Sorry.
Tracy's next.
Is Tracy next?
Yeah.
Tracy, I picked for you the sky kitten. And you look at how joyful, and can you see it well, Darce? That way I know
Yeah.
it's where it should be.
Yeah. I can
You
see him
look at
jumping
how
at it.
joyful and how beautiful the sky kitten is and carefree. It's about letting go of any of the stresses and the worries of the day and just kind of go out and have a little fun with yourself. Um, don't forget to use your crystals and enjoy the rest of the week.
Okay. Anything else for
No?
Tracy? Tracy, I picked the Emperor, and this is a door inside. I always get confused. A door inside a mountain. Okay. But with the Emperor, this is sit in a position of authority. Take charge of where you want to go, what you want to do. Don't be afraid. Sometimes you may have to be like a, um, a ram running up the mountain sort of idea, or long eared goat. But this is about you being in charge. You're wearing that beautiful necklace, the crown of a king or prince, whichever one you'd like. And this could also be you coming into a relationship. Now, this one, this little card with the door in the mountain, this is nomad. And the nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. And so that means come out of your shell, come out and enjoy life. Be cautious, use your COVID paraphernalia, but at least enjoy life in the process. Okay, so Kathy's next.
Okay, so Kathy, I picked an interesting card for you. This card is the Six of Sky. Sometimes, Kathy, you just gotta walk away. You gotta walk away from difficult things. You've got to walk away from people's opinions, and you've got to walk away from anything that makes you unhappy. And just because you start out and you say, oh, well, it looked really good in the beginning, so I kind of have to ride out the storm. No, you don't. You don't have to ride out the storm. Well, maybe the tornado, but you really don't have to ride out the storm of emotions that negative people bring into your life, or you don't even have to ride out the storm of your personal anger. You can just walk away. Some things, are just not worth constantly hanging on to and fighting about with yourself or with anyone else. So let go.
Okay, and Kathy, I pulled the 10 of Swords, and it's nice little Arabic type door. And the 10 of Swords, well, we know that your back was hurting last night, so hopefully you had some acupuncture or something done to it, or massage therapy today. But it's also sometimes you tend to pull burdens towards you that you really don't need to have. And so Penelope's right when she says walk away, because sometimes you don't have to hold on to the burdens that belong to someone else because they're not really your burden. Okay, so don't be an ox that packs the burden for everyone else. They can pick their own burdens to pack. You're allowed to help, but you can't allow it to weigh you down. And then this cute little door is Jude's song. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases, you can find peace within the strangest of places. And to me, that even means our home. Like we're literally housebound. But I think we can make that peace inside our house to move all that negative energy that surrounded us this year and move it out. Like literally take a broom and start pushing it out the doors and open the windows, out the patio, and start fresh.
That is a good way to say it.
Okay, Amanda, you are next.
Well, hello, Amanda. I hope the week is going well. Amanda, I'm not sure what's going on in your life at the moment. The card I chose for you is the Ten of Sky, and yes, it does look a little bit ominous, but it says now's the time to face the fact that a situation with someone, a friend or family, it's not going the way that you had planned or hoped, and things might have taken a bit of a bad turn, or you might be ready to wash your hands of it. And just realize that this issue that you're facing, and I can't tell you who it is, but I'm being told that you're facing an issue with someone that you had a set idea of where this relationship and the direction of healing or whatever it is this person is supposed to be doing, and it's not going the way you wanted it to go. And I think the only thing this card is really saying is just let it go. You've handled whatever it was that you had to face, and you have to just be able to let it go and know that things will get better. But getting better and brighter means something along the lines that you walk away and you clean your own windows. a strange piece of advice, I know, but it's how that message suddenly came as I saw you having to walk away, get a cloth, and clean your own windows to let the light in. You can't let anyone else's light come in for you.
Okay.
Off to you.
Amanda, I picked the Wheel of Fortune, and then I've got this. Oops, it's really hard to see this one because it's such a white light attached to this door.
Oh,
And
yeah.
doors upon, think of looking in a mirror, and you got a mirror behind you, and it looks like you just continuously go down into the mirror. But with the Wheel of Fortune, strangely enough, nothing about the Wheel of Fortune is what's standing out to me. There's again a song from childhood, Alouette, Gentil Alouette, Alouette, Gentil Plumerie. And that's what I'm hearing. So I'm thinking that maybe you need to sing, maybe you need to dance, maybe you need some sort of motion around you. And that's the only French I can speak. And this is A Moment's Joy. Okay, let's see if we can do it. There you go. A moment's joy. Sands through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. And I think it goes with that idea, concept that you're supposed to be literally jumping up and having some fun. And Penelope's right, and is if someone's not on your page, open the door and gently nudge them out.
Don't drop them out the window. Just
Yeah,
nudge
just
them out.
nudge them out. Okay, so next is Jeanette. Hello, Jeanette. I hope you are doing fine. So let's pull
Jeanette,
cards.
the funny thing is, D'Arcy starts thinking Alouette, and I pull this card for you, and it is the Three of Sky. And it talks about letting go of petty dramas and disagreements that engage lesser minds. Put the activities of that away. But what it makes me think is one of the things this card represents is not is not giving into that temptation of letting go of what you value in life to resolve an issue. So I know this sounds silly because I don't often talk about songs in my head, but D'Arcy started this Alouette, and I keep hearing The Cat Came Back the very next day. And if you remember the cartoon, it's a very Canadian thing, these little cartoons we have, but it shows a cat, a yellow cat, ginger cat, like much like this ginger cat. No matter how often you argued with it, the owner tossed it away and everything, it kept coming back. And the person gave up all their good fortune, their belief that they were a better person, and the cat still came back. So the idea is you want to get rid of that negative energy, but don't compromise your principles to do it. Okay. And have a great week.
And Jeanette, I have the Three of Cups celebration, and look at that beautiful green gate, the welcoming St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day.
With this card, the celebration, don't be a glutton. I like it. I just saw the green on the card too, with the circle of laurels. And this is, if you're going to have a drink tonight, enjoy the drink. Just know that tomorrow morning you could get up with a little bit of a head cold. And this is celebration. This is something you and your girls are going to be celebrating. So I am going to say congratulations. And this beautiful card, it's a note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul.
Oh, that is nice.
Beautiful card. Okay, now, as a psychic medium, I can really suss out you're getting shoved off the show. Okay. Hi, Lily. Got to be a little humor somewhere. Okay, I'll pull first this time. Lily.
Sorry.
I know you couldn't compose. I was giving you a chance to compose. Lily, I have the Seven of Cups, and the sunflowers are what's standing out for me. So this is taking care of yourself. It's making sure that you're taking your vitamins and looking after yourself and everything. But it's also the fact that now that the sun's out, getting outside, getting some vitamin D into your life is really important as well. And then I have this, and I also think there's a celebration, something hidden that's coming forward for you, something you've been waiting for, Lily, and it's finally coming to repass. So be prepared. Okay. And then I have this lovely, it's almost like a door into the garden. Okay. There's a tree of life, let's call it. And begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now, here. And that same message can be handed on to someone else. A nice path. It starts wide and then it looks like it narrows down, but it probably is as wide as it goes. But the thing is, sometimes when we're headed down a new path, we're a little hesitant because we're unsure of what's in front of us. One step at a time, Lily. Don't rush it. Take your
So,
time.
Lily, I chose for you the Eight of Earth. And no, this does not mean you're going to have eight more grandchildren or anything like this. What this is talking about is, if you look, it's almost like the story of a story of evolving. And you've had this amazing life. You still have a lot of amazing life, and you have these gifts, these words of wisdom and this knowledge to pass on. And there are future generations that are waiting to hear your story and connecting to your culture. So I think what this really means when I look at this is, you've got a lot of good energy coming towards you. And as you lean into whatever your craft is, it may not be perfect in the beginning, but each and every time you take that step towards your goal, you get better and better at reaching it. So don't give up.
Yep, that's always good
I'm
advice.
I'm composed now.
Okay. So, Rachel, hi, honey. Hope you're doing well. Two cards, the Two of Swords, and this nice little Mediterranean type door. So, we'll get to that next. But first of all, Two of Swords, communication, making a decision. Oh, look, there's an S in the sky. So, you're probably like Superwoman. Okay. Don't run yourself ragged, Rachel. Make sure you're getting your rest. And notice how it looks like the crow's sitting on a snowbank. Oh, he is sitting on a no, he's standing on the edge of the swords. It
Make
looks
up your
like he's sitting on
mind.
a snowbank. So you may be straddling a decision and not 100% sure which way to go in. And I'm going to say, trust your instincts, okay? Two of Swords, normally the person has their eyes. Oh, the crow does have his eyes covered. And the eyes are covered because you need to make the decision from the heart and the soul. All right. And then this nice little Mediterranean, actually, it looks like Italy because of the water. This is called Distant Dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free, and you, as you dare, dream it, so must it be. Oh, I like that. I used to walk around all the time saying, if you see it, you can achieve it. Very similar to that. And I think that's for you, Rachel. When you see things, you are amazing at how you achieve it.
So Rachel, I picked for you the um, Three of C. This is about spending time relaxing, spending time with your friends, maybe even a friend you haven't seen before, and to relax and enjoy the weekend, enjoy the days off coming up. And if you have a chance to get near water, water is very, very, very healing. Do your social distancing, but I think it's time for you to spend some time with old friends and comfortable conversation.
Okay. Christy's next, and then Catherine. But
Is it Chris?
before we do them, Amanda has asked if we could pull a card for Donnie. And
And
so I'd
Kathy
like
is
to
also
do
last
Donnie.
person.
Yeah,
Hmm?
Kathy. I'm not down to Kathy yet.
Okay.
I'm at Amanda said, Penelope, you're right on, and so is D'Arcy. Thank you, ladies. Then Christy, who I'd like to read for Jeanette, says thank you. Then Catherine. Then Amanda says, can you pull a card for Donnie? And so I'd like to do Donnie, and that way I don't forget. So Donnie, I pulled you the Knight of Swords, and this is messages coming into the spring. Okay, and the messages are coming fast and furious, and it could be a younger person being in touch with you. This looks like freedom. Okay, that's what this card looks like to me, is all about freedom, the ability to fly and know that they're going to be in the direction that they need to be in. And no matter what you try to do, no matter how you try to rein them in, that is their direction, Donnie. You can't change it because we all have destiny in our life path. And
do you want me to read?
Then I pulled you this wooden door with handles, and it's 1111. Numbers and double synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back. Your love now. Life is meant for you. And so that's the idea of the other card, is life is meant for you now. If you keep holding back and standing in place and waiting for someone to catch up to you, it's not going to happen. They are young and free, and they need their freedom. So I'm just going to say that, and you can hand that message and that love on.
Okay, and I chose the Earth Queen. And pretty much,
look at that kitty.
I know. And what this cat talks about is, you spend a lot of time, sweetheart, really attending to the practical matters. And you also, this card says that you take great pride in caring for others and making sure that emotionally and physically they have everything they need to be successful, happy, at peace. And this card says it's time for you to indulge. Actually, what this card says, and I've memorized this part because it made a young man blush who saw it. It means indulge in sensual treats and attend to your own well-being. So it's time for you to take care of yourself. And D'Arcy's right. We all have a path that we detour off a little bit, but while we're on that path, nowhere does it say that we have to martyr ourselves and not take a little bit of pleasure in the sweeter things and take care of ourselves.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, Christy, sweetheart, I have 2 cards for you. The Magician, and all the flowers stand out. So I'm going to say every now and then, buy yourself some flowers, put them in the house. It's in memory of a grandmother or a great grandmother. And the Magician is about looking forward, of knowing what you need to do to pull off a trick so no one can see sleight of hand, right? And so this is you looking forward. This is the educational path you're going to be taking. And it may seem at times that you're a little stuck in getting to where you want to be. But the truth is, at the end of the day, you will be exactly where you're meant to be. And then this nice, cute little door with a window opening, intuition. Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way that it feels. And I honestly believe that's true, because you can tell when someone says to you, I'm sorry, you can tell when they really mean I'm sorry. But if they just say, well, I'm sorry, then they're not being serious. That they're just saying it because they've been told they had to say it. So trust your instincts, Christy. It's really important, and you are healing. So just know you're going to get to where you need to be.
So I chose the Lovers. This is such a pretty card with the flowers over top of it. What this card symbolizes isn't just about falling in love. This is about life changes and a new project that's coming. This is about a true friend, the kind of friend that no matter how bad things have gotten, that one friend that you can call up and they don't judge, they don't care. They're the shoulder to lean on. They're the hugging on the rough day. That's what this card symbolizes. So don't think that you have to lock yourself off from the world. Don't think that while you're going through this rough period that no one cares about you. Call your friends. A wise man once said to me, if you have one friend in your life that you could call 24/7 and they never cared what you wore, what you dressed in, what you spoke, or how much money you had, that you were probably one of the richest people on the face of the earth. I think that it is time for you to remember that it's okay to lean on a good friend that loves you.
Yeah, it is. So,
Hmm.
Catherine, hello, darling. I picked you the Queen of Cups. And here it's like, oh, to sit in that luxury of knowing that you have what you need, but there's always a little bit more that can come towards you, and knowing when to stop. Okay. And this is you making a decree about something, you making a decision, you're trusting your instincts, because the cups are all about emotions. The cups are all about what resonates inside of you, and what are you going to do with the information that you have. And this is telling me that, well, probably in about a month, maybe two, you're going to make a decision. And as you make the decision, you're making it based on what is your emotional worth? How much are you worth? And how much are the people willing to pay to get to know you? And when I say that, I'm not, the emotional worth should be done in money, but the payment should be done of love. Okay, so two different types of payment. And then I picked you this door. Looks like it's got eyes and knees. And it says freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reasons. And so that sort of fits into the idea concept that you're making decisions because you're making them on what you dream, what you feel, what you believe, and what's inside here.
So I chose for you, darling, the wheel. I don't know about you, D'Arcy, but do you see the 35 in the middle of that wheel?
No, that's the that's what that is.
When I look at it from a distance, I see 35. I'm not sure why that's significant for you, Catherine, but that's the number I'm being told for you to look for. But the wheel talks about moving in the direction that you want to move in. I mean, check out this cat, pretty cool, laying on its back, spinning the wheel, and everything is going to go in the direction that you choose. You have that ability, you have that power.
Okay, so next is your friend Orville.
Orville,
Orville. Orville. Depends
Bailey.
on how you pronounce it. I have for you the Eight of Coins. This is a craftsman. So, um, this is using what you know naturally to make a career choice for yourself and to be proud of it. Look, you're hanging it out, people see it. So, there is something that you're going to do that will bring money towards you, but you have to be steadfast at what you do. You can't just do it and walk away from it, it has to be completed. And to me, this is something that you're going to do, and there will be word of mouth that may even lead you into a different type of position. So be open to the idea that when you do something, you have to finish it. Okay, right way. And I've got these lovely blue doors for you with the flowers. I do have it upside down. So the flowers are over top of the door. And it says the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. And it still makes me think that whatever you're doing, because you'll go from place to place to do it, that the word of mouth is going to lead you to where you need to be.
So, Orville, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but this is the card that actually fell out of the deck, and it's consequences. And consequences means when you are changing your circumstances or making a different decision, make sure that you weigh what you are doing very, very carefully. So, if you feel like you're in a good place work wise and someone offers you the golden carrot, make sure the golden carrot isn't gold
Rotten.
plated and rotting on the inside. And just pay attention to detail and remember that every action, no matter how small we think it is, has a equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
So consequences, consequences. Keep that in mind moving forward.
Okay, Lily, you're welcome. And Jessica, you are next.
Um,
So,
D'Arcy,
yeah,
Kathy asked after Orville if we would read for her,
I don't,
for her son.
I don't have her yet.
Okay.
So, as soon as we get down there, and if we don't get down there, we'll make sure. Ashley, did you get Rosemary?
Yeah, I just
Okay,
noticed
thanks.
her.
Okay, so Jessica is next. And Jessica, I pulled the Nine of Cups. And funny, I was going to say crack a few eggs, have an omelet, and a glass of wine, and enjoy yourself. Just enjoy the weather. It basically, this is about achieving your results inside your life that you're looking for, but being prepared and knowing that the results could change. You may end up going down a different path. And if that's what you want, then that's what you do. But you also have to acknowledge the area around you, your sacred space, because the more you acknowledge it and you celebrate it, the wider it becomes. And then I pulled this card. It looks like a temple card. And
Oh,
it said, bless this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. So, same idea, recognizing it and celebrating it.
sorry, I'm a little uncomfortable tonight. Who is this for?
For Jessica.
Jessica. This is, can't see in front of me. This is the Seven of Sky, and it talks about daydreams. Daydreams are amazing things, and they inspire us, and they fill in stressful moments, and they give us, we can even use them for planning, but we have to remember not to chase just a daydream. There has to be something a little more solidified for you to go in a direction. The daydream can be the start of what you are doing and what you are looking for, but always remember that it's just a daydream. Nothing can be realized without the actual work and discipline to achieve what you want in life.
Okay. So, where did you see Kathy asking for who?
Here, just a sec. Just a sec. She's asked twice. Oh, it was after Amanda said hi and after Tracy said thank you. Kathy said, my son is listening. He said it sounded like him, so can you pull a card for Tim? And then
For
she asked
Tim.
further
Okay.
down.
All right. So, Tim, I have here two cards. This one is the King of Swords, and this says celebration. It's true to your heart. And there's a little bit of an area change around you, but there's also celebration. And I noticed that you've got the cups at your feet, and the cup's full, which means you're not longing for things around you, but there's always just a little room to add a little more. And this to me is being optimistic, because instead of your cup being half empty, it's half full. And there's the whale in the background, which makes me feel that there's changes coming about you, especially towards the summer, and to just be open to the changes. And then I pulled this door for you,
Oh,
and it's
nice.
morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destiny course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. And it makes me feel, really trust your instincts. Wherever you're going in life, Tim, you're headed in that direction. And sometimes we have to let go of a few things to get to where we need to be. And they're not they're not so personal that you're going to lose them. Okay. I think the people will still be around you, but the things that are insignificant to you will fall away. But there's always room inside that cup for you to have more.
And I picked for you the sun. And what the sun talks about is a time of happiness coming and a time for you to be grateful for the blessings that you have received, and that things will get better and things will continue. And I know that this card also says that you can be filled with a lot of doubt, but when the Sun card comes into your reading, it says this is a time to just relax and be willing to embrace unlimited joy. The secret is you have to be willing to let things go and accept the joy and the happiness and the success. If you're always putting roadblocks in place, it isn't that the universe doesn't want to bring you happiness and joy and peace and all that stuff. It's that you've got to open that door. And if you open the door, things will get better.
Okay. So after Connie, I'd like to pull a card for Sandra and for her daughter Marissa because it's
Uh-huh.
her birthday, and Margaret was on, and Brenda, because Brenda tried to get on last night but couldn't for the life of her. Okay, so Connie, 5 of Swords. This is letting go of the things inside your past. Unfortunately, I do know that you've got a dead husband, so it's also letting go of some of the memory and moving forward. But there's so much in front of you. There's this unlimited arena of excitement for you and the varying levels of how you'll go through it. So pace yourself. Don't rush into it mad headed. Go slow. Okay. Take your time. And then I picked this one, and this is birth, which sort of falls into mad rushes into things. And another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. So it does mean that you're headed into a new life, a different dimension of where you've been and where you're going to go. And as long as you take your time and you don't head in with a fool's folly, you're going to be perfectly fine.
Hey, darling, I chose for you the four of fire. And this talks about feeding your spirit. That it's great to fill up your time with the things that we often fill up our time with. I call them empty things. So, I mean, they're practical things that need to get done: the washing, the housework, the dishes, the laundry, the washing the windows, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes we feel that that is all we deserve, or that that's all that we should accept in life. But we need joy and we need wonder, however we perceive joy and wonder. And this card says, rely on the spirit, your inner spirit. And it's time to be kind to yourself. It's time to look for joy and wonder.
Okay. So Christy said thank you and you're welcome, honey. And Amanda said that she wondered if our TV, one of us had a TV on because she can hear voices, but no, not me.
No
And
TV.
and Catherine said thank you. Kathy, we read for Tim. Kelly, honey, hello. You
Hi,
beautiful new
Kelly.
star. So I'd like to read for Sandra. And Sandra, I pulled the Three of Wands. Actually, I think you got this already this week. But the Three of Wands is about making choices of. It made me think of, the monkey bars when you were kids and you were doing the monkey bars and throwing yourself forward so you could grab hold of that bar and then you keep leveraging yourself to get to the end. And that's what it made me think of. There's something here, Sandra, that you're going to do that you just keep moving forward, because the more you put the energy into it, the more you're going to accomplish what you need to do. And then I picked this lovely door with the Buddhist monk in it.
Oh, cool.
And it says, Divine Guardian, do not be nervous. Today or tonight, the path you are on will lead you just right. And it also says you can hand that message on as well. So it goes definitely hand in hand to moving forward.
Hey, hon. I hope you're having a good week. I picked for you the world. I'm not sure if you can see it very well. Cat literally sitting on the windowsill looking out in a beautiful globe of sunlight. And what this talks about is everything is starting to flow forward in your direction. That the things that you strive towards, the goals you wanted to complete, are all within your reach. It's sort of like that wishing star, that you've worked hard, and it's time for you to accept that it's all right that things are coming your way. Don't feel guilty. Be grateful. And then there's a message for you, and it's actually from a poet. I can never remember his name. I think it's Stevenson, and it's about the world being full of a number of things. And I'm sure we should all be happy as kings, something like that. And that's what it talks about, is just being happy and going with the flow now.
Okay. So next is Marissa, Marissa. That's Marissa, right?
Marisa, I'm not
Okay.
sure. Marissa.
It's Marissa. It's Sandra's daughter. So I have two cards. I have the Hermit, which is celebration, looking back, which is if it's your birthday today, I can understand you're reliving all the moments you've ever been through, plus looking forward to the future. So make your wish well because it's going to happen. And then I pulled this lovely gated door. And with this one is draw down the moon. The forest nymphs dance in sheer delight, singing soft songs, find us in the wild good night. And so I think it's about the celebration, about having fun and knowing that you have little nymphs around you helping you out.
It's funny you should say about the little, what did you call them? Nips?
Nymphs. Yeah.
Nymphs. Okay. So here's this black cat. Isn't that just gorgeous? It reminds me of my cat Puma, a story for another day. But here's this black cat with all these gorgeous little birds hovering close, probably helping her clean and stuff. And what it talks about, darling, is that you have always been able to overcome your baser instincts and chose a better path. So kind of like, the cat that just sits there and befriends the birds. And the thing is, you have so much courage and so much strength and it will carry you through any challenges you face in this new year of your life. And just know that you have Bailey, that amazing ability to choose the right thing.
Okay.
Just a sec, Bailey.
We'll leave Brenda till last. And I pulled for Shar next. Hello, Shar.
Hi, Shar.
I pulled, what did I pull? The Hierophant. And this is knowledge, the new key, opening a door, leveraging your knowledge to gain new career choices. It may be going back to school, and it may be learning something right about the job itself so that you can advance into a different area of the job. So do not be afraid to open the door of knowledge. And then this lovely temple almost, a distant kiss in a prayer flag is what it says. I wish of all wishes that you were here. Through sunshine and rain, I need you near. And it makes me feel that there may be someone that you'd like to have close to you or hear from, which could be a mom, a loved one. And I feel like they should be in touch. Okay. And to just let you know that they are that close to you, that all you have to do is think about them and they will be there.
Hey, darling. I hope you're having a good day. I picked for you the Earth Kitten. This talks about learning new practical skills, like going back to school, changing your career. And it also talks about trying new foods. And, all of us are beautiful, hon. But you know how I feel about every woman should own at least one tube of red lipstick. And that's my advice to you. One tube of red lipstick. You should buy one this week. And don't be so hesitant to accept that new possibility.
Okay, so Catherine says thank you. And no, we didn't forget Tim. We finally got the reading done for him. And Kelly, sweetheart, let's see what we have for you. Okay, just a minute. I want to shuffle the door cards.
Bailey.
You just called your dog Kelly?
I started to call her Kelly.
Okay, so Kelly, I picked the high priestess. Be proud of who you are. You know what you want and you're not afraid to go after it. Be strong, be vigilant, vigilant, yeah. And know that you're perfect, honey. Just know that. Okay. And know that no matter what happens, you have this beautiful foundation. You're standing on the crescent moon, and there's a lot of strength for you. So don't be afraid to go out and talk to the moon. Okay. Moon power is amazing. I love it. It has this connectiveness to our very soul. And when I'm having a bad day, I will go outside, moon or not, rain or shine, except in the snow, and I will talk to the moon. And then I picked this beautiful blue card for you with the door. And it looks a little rough on top and everything, but it's a beautiful card. It's called The Art of Life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in this insight. And to me, that describes you perfectly. And even though I haven't met you in person, that's how I feel. You're that kind of person. And so be proud of it.
Having met her, she really is that kind of person, and she's very, very bright. Kelly, for you, the fire tom. And you know something, Kelly? Here, we'll just make sure you can see it there again for a moment. I mean, if you look, there's that cat. I mean, that tomcat is just boldly whipping through that flame because his courage and his boldness, which is something that you have, will carry you through any difficult situation. You know what works for you. You know how best you can do the thing that you do. And you've got the courage and the strength and the confidence to go where you are best suited. Don't let anyone try to take away your
Do you
light.
touch the Renee? Okay. All right. So Connie says thanks. She
Um,
she has 5 grandkids. And Orville.
Orville,
Um,
I'm sorry to hear about your adopted mom. I think that something. It looks a little hard right now, but I'm pretty sure she's got a strong spirit. So have a little faith, and I will keep her in my prayers.
yep, I will too. But just to help a little, I thought I'd pull a door card for her. I don't want to do another card, just this one. And
Yeah.
this is coming up out of darkness into light. And it actually says on the back, heart healing. And it says, morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. Okay, so pray, see her coming out of it. People who have strokes may not always come back 100%, but they'll come back maybe enough for you to see her. And I would say that you're right, change of plans. Maybe you should go see her, or if you can talk to her this way, I would do that as well.
Hmm. And I will smudge tonight before bed, and I will offer prayers for her to the Creator. Have faith, hun. I know how hard this is for you.
Yeah.
But also bear in mind that I don't know if you're still up north in northern BC, but also bear in mind that it's hard to travel at this time. And like D'Arcy said, Zoom, FaceTime, Messenger, stay in touch with her and talk to her.
And also, if she's in the hospital, you can't go in. So, if you can do that virtual thing, I would say definitely do it.
Have faith.
So, yeah. So Jessica said, thank you, Kathy. Thank you for Tim's. And Lisa. Hello, Lisa. And we have Lisa. And I have the King of Pentacles. This looks like a celebration. Let's put on our fancy clothes and go out. So you guys, you may be stepping out for a night. You may be enjoying the finer things inside of life for a little bit. And I'm going to say enjoy them. Now, I'm also going to say batten down the hatches because they looked like there was a little mess. And then I pulled this card for you, an archway out to a forest. It says Three of Cups, a toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. Three cups in happiness. Three cheers are done. And it's just like I said, a celebration coming up for you. So
Okay.
enjoy it.
Darling, patience, patience, patience. My grand used to always say, "Look before you leap." And if you know the Seven of Earth, this cat has patience. He or she, they're not lunging and trying to um, over anticipate when the mouse or the rat, depending on where you live, comes out. And if you're restless and you move too fast, you're not going to succeed in anything that you want. So this card basically says, settle down, take a deep breath, wait. Good things tend to come to those who have patience and wait. I'm a firm believer that one of the few animals I know on the face of the earth that has patience is a cat. They'll sit there and wait forever.
Some, not all. Okay, so Kathy asked if we could pull one for her daughter-in-law, Brandy. And Brandy, I pulled two. Okay. I pulled the Chariot, shift, move, change. Be prepared for sudden shifts around yourself and go with the flow a little bit. But this is probably in about a month by the looks of it. And they're just saying, go with the flow. Things work out the way they're meant to happen. And then I picked this one. Again, it looks like many doors, many opportunities being presented to you, Brandy. And it says passages, spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. So definitely changes, things happening around you. I like the way the cards are matching up to the doors.
They are
Sort
kind
of
of
cool.
fun. This is really how well it matches because I just chose the top card. First, get a load of those amethysts, right? Amethysts talk about spirituality and being in connection, being in touch with your inner self. And what this is this card, the priestess says, your soul is calling out for you to pay attention and not deny yourself. Find a quiet spot or a place where you can go to be in touch with God or the divine, whatever it is you call your greater
God, your
energy.
greater good.
Yeah. And remember that people may laugh a bit about this, but you actually hold some really old gifts. And now it's that you're at a stage in your life where they're saying, knock, knock, it's time for us to come in. So listen.
Okay, so we'll do a couple more. Renee, sorry, I thought you were someone else. And Renee, this is for you. Okay, the Six of Pentacles, which is about money, balancing money around you, balancing your diet, balancing exercise, making sure you're looking after yourself, and journalizing. Okay, it's really going to be important because the more you write down your thoughts or the impressions you're picking up through spirit, the deeper you become involved in your intuition. So, really important for you to do that. And then I picked this card. I like the, it makes me again think of Italy or somewhere like that. And it's deeper. It says, you are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is to come. Hold on, hold on. And so to me, this means there's new intuition coming in around you, and you really need to open up the doors and allow it to come in. Wow, that was not meant as a pun, but I'm using doors tonight.
Okay, so the card you got was the Five of Sea, and yes, it looks like the cat kind of got drowned. And, cats, we're a little bit like cats. We don't like to fail. And when we attempt something that doesn't succeed, like balancing on rocks and we end up in the water, it's very, very irritating. And although it's natural for you to feel like maybe you didn't succeed in what you wanted, and that one thing you've been wanting, whether it's a job promotion or a chance at renewed romance, just because it didn't come doesn't mean that it's not. The story's not over yet. Just like this, drowned cat. If you know, the fish, it fell into the water trying to get fish. Well, the fish are still there. So after it dries off, licks its wounds, and it will try again. It's basically, the card means don't give up. Don't give up.
Okay, so we have 3 people. We miss Jay Lynn, and then we have Linda Kim, and then we have Brenda. Okay, and that'll be it for tonight, everyone. So Jay Lynn, she's way at the top, and I realized that we never talked to her. And thank God I pulled the card that says temperance, which is patience. So I'm really hoping you had patience with us tonight. I am so sorry we missed you. And this is about overindulgence, being careful that you're not overindulging in too much exercise, too much food, too much junk, too much play. Okay. And to take those moments to sit down and have the patience and realize you don't have to do everything at once. You can do it slowly. Okay. And then the card I picked are these doors that look like they could probably use a little repair. The Sacred Lotus, compassion in action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. I think that's really pretty. So know that you have a kind heart, because that is the jewel inside of all of us.
So this is a time to stop uh, judging yourself harshly and to judge yourself kindly. This goddess, there's a cat goddess looking over you, or a goddess of some kind looking over you, that shines love and happiness on you as well. Move forward with a lighter heart. And what this card really talks about is, yes, things don't move perfectly in your life, and we've all made those mistakes. Forgive yourself, let go, trust in that greater purpose.
Okay. And Kelly, honey, I can hardly wait to see you one day, and looking forward to it. Lots of love to you, and I'm glad you're following your heart. Orville, safe trip home. Okay. And remember, take it slowly. Don't rush through it. Okay. And now is Linda Kim. And feel free to say something to Kelly and Orville. I'm never going to look at popcorn again and not want to say Orville.
Kelly, take care of yourself. You are a delight, and I know we'll meet again. And Orville, I'll send you a message later, okay, sweetheart?
Okay. So to Linda, 2 cards. The Ace of Cups, new starts, new beginnings. This is exciting time for you to make your changes. Again, take it slow. You don't want to overflow everything and flood the bathroom in the process. Okay. And just know that you're headed in the right direction. And as long as you take your time and you're looking in that cup and watching all those emotions and everything flow freely and not blocking them, things will flow exactly the way they're meant to be. And there's new growth around you. And then I picked this one, lady leaping in between 2 tall pillars. And it says, yes, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. So really, some really nice things happening for you.
And I picked the Earth Tom, which talks about attention to detail. I know every time D'Arcy sees this card, she thinks that the tomcat is about to drop the poor little cat, not quite a kitten, but not quite a full-grown cat. But what it's talking about is the attention to details, so that you can help someone else over the next hurdle in their lives and help yourself, and rely on your ability to be strong. And here's the other thing this card talks about. Again, take a good look, D'Arcy. Not dropping the cat into the great abyss. This is also saying, hun, don't be so hesitant to take help that's offered to you, even if it's a little bit scary. And no, they will not dump you off into the middle of the great abyss. D'Arcy?
Okay. I want to thank everyone now for those who are dropping off now. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Really, really appreciate your attendance and the fact you do show up. And I will be on tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll play it by ear and see how long. And other than that, I really like the fact that you guys show up for us. Thank you so much. Okay.
It's always a delight coming on, and gives me practice sparring with my sister that I don't see very often. And wonderful to speak with all of you and listen to your comments. So just, know that we appreciate you as much as you enjoyed coming on. And we'll continue.
Yep. So for Brenda, I don't see her here. Brenda, I have the 4 of coins. I think actually this is about hoarding your money, putting it away, making sure you know where you're putting it, how you're spending it, who you're investing it with, because you're going to need it later in the year, because you're going to use it to purchase something that you really desire and it seems to bring you happiness. And then I pulled this lovely door. It's called Anthony's Call. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. And I think it has to do with money too, that if you put down your wallet anywhere and you lose it, I think you're going to find it. Okay. All right. You go ahead with Brenda.
And Brenda, I hope you have a good rest of the week. I chose the cat for you, which basically says, follow your nose. Follow your heart's delight. Wander down the trail and be curious, be open, because you're about to begin the next amazing chapter of your life. Okay. Short and sweet.
We did pick up one more person, Sun. And so if we do that really fast, and then we'll call it a night.
That's what you said 2 cards ago.
I know. So, Sun, I picked the 7 of Swords. This is communication. Be open, listen, participate in the conversation. Don't let it be one-sided. And listen, if the person is saying to you, I'm not interested, listen to it. Don't go chasing down a street that's a blind alley. Okay. And then the last one is this door, A Stranger's Grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. So maybe there's someone else in your life that's coming towards you. Don't worry about what's in your past. Look to your future.
This talks about, I chose the moon, which talks about feeling a little bit pulled in more than one direction, but rely on your instincts, rely on the healing strength of the moon, and move forward. Don't look back anymore. It's all about moving forward for you.
Okay, so just before we end, I pulled one for you. Okay, really interesting. It's called The Hummingbird Song. Nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. So I think that's a very cute card.
You should take a picture of that and send it to me. I'm actually quite fond of hummingbirds.
And then I thought, I'll pull one for myself because I've never pulled one for me yet. And when I look at it, I sort of see the spirit guy in the door.
Yeah.
Okay, it says, sort of funny because it's very close to what Granny said to me as a kid. Palmistry, fortune and tarot, collective destiny, the palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. And I remember Granny telling me when I was a little girl, she looked in my hands and said, oh, your writings in your hand, that's your future. And she never elaborated on it. Now I know what she meant.
Yeah.
So everyone, May love, joy, peace, and happiness find you all in mysterious ways. And I look forward to seeing whoever's on tomorrow. Blessed be.
Good night. Blessed be.
Good night, everyone. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Good night.